So I did a most anticipated 11 games that were coming in 2023, and it's a lot easier doing it with movies because I can actually see what's coming out all the way to like December of next year. So it's a lot easier to do most anticipated movies that way. And there's a couple on here that may get delayed, but overall, I am kind of looking forward to 2023. I think there's going to be some fun, stupid movies that I'm looking forward to. There's going to be some really awesome movies, and I think there's going to be some really cool movies coming out next year. And so, yeah, by the way, the title out here will kind of make sense with the first movie we're talking about, but I just need a backdrop, so that's why you're going to see this the entire time. But so, at number 11 is Gran Turismo. Now, I'm not a huge car racing guy, and this is supposed to come out August 11th of 2023, could get delayed, but I am a car guy. There is kind of a difference. Car racing guy is a guy, he has like the entire Gran Turismo Sports Series, entire Forza Horizon and Motorsport Series. I have a couple of those games, but I am a car guy. I have a Mustang. Not to brag, but like I'm come from you know, a car family, and you know, tuning my engine, working on it, whatnot. I like cars, and when I get a good car movie like Ford versus Ferrari, it's great. And I'm kind of hoping this leans into kind of like that Ford versus Ferrari type vibe, because it's based on a true story, and it's about a teenage kid trying out for Gran Turismo. Unfortunately, there's no trailer I can actually play during this, so I'm just going to have to use Gran Turismo footage. But, like, the cast and director are kind of exciting. And let me check out the writers real quick. Like, it's being directed by Neil Blomkamp, which, honestly, I think this is the first time he's not doing a science fiction, because he did District 9, Elysium, Chappie, and then he did that, like, sci-fi horror movie, Demonic, which I haven't seen yet. But now he's doing Gran Turismo, which is just kind of crazy. One of the writers is a guy who wrote American Sniper. That was a good movie, so I'm expecting the writing duo to probably do a decent job on this. I'm kind of looking forward to this. I hope it's another, like, good, like, type of Ford versus Ferrari type story. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Gran Turismo coming out in August. Okay, at number 10 is The Equalizer. Now, the first Equalizer movie does not follow the original story, like, at all. But man, was that an excellent movie. I love the first Equalizer movie. Denzel Washington, my man, is awesome in it. Chloe Grace Moretz, I believe her name is, she does a good job in it too. And like, the combat scenes are incredible. The guy who plays the main bad guy is just like, ew. Like, you want to kill him just to make the world a better place. That one had David Harbour in it as well, I think. And, like, but then the second one came out, and, like, the second one was so predictable, it was kind of disappointing. But they're doing a third one. Same director. Denzel Washington's back. This one's going to have Dakota Fanning. And, like, I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's supposed to come out September 1st. And Antoine Fuqua is one of those directors. I will give one of his movies a try, even if I'm not the biggest fan of his. He always does a good job pulling you into his movies. He did The Replacement Killers. He did Training Day, Tears of the Sun, 2004's King Arthur, which wasn't terrible. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't terrible. He did Shooter, Brooklyn's Finest, Olympus Has Fallen, The Equalizer, Southpaw, the Magnificent Seven remake, which was a good remake. Like, honestly, the only movie I didn't care about was Infinite that he did, but it still was watchable. And so, like, oh, really? He did that, huh? He did Emancipation. Like, I wasn't interested in that movie, but now that Antoine Fuqua did it, it's like, okay, I'll try it. But, yeah, no, like, just I always enjoy Antoine Fuqua's work, and so, like, I will give Equalizer 3 a chance simply because The director has done a lot of good movies. He's only done like one disappointing movie, which was Infinite. Now, at number 9 is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And honestly, I would not be interested in this movie if it wasn't for the fact that James Wan was directing it. Because, like, the first Aquaman movie, I was not that terribly interested in. But I tried it, and it's just like, holy shit! That camera work is incredible. Like, watch Aquaman and look at the camera work. The camera work is insane. Like, James Wan did some truly outstanding camera shots in that movie. And, like, the musical score was also really entertaining. And so, like, just that movie, if anyone else had done it, would have sucked. But James Wan managed to make that superhero movie, that average superhero movie, work great. So I will give Aquaman the Lost Kingdom a try, regardless of not being big in that character, simply because James Wan is a good director. He does a good job on his roles, and the last Aquaman was a good, fun time. Now, the number 8 pick is kind of a question mark, because this, I think, will get delayed. Like, when I was seeing it advertised for 2023, it was looking like if it does come out, it'll be in like December. So this one might very well get delayed. But that's the untitled Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. I'm intrigued because I've liked Ghostbusters. I'm not a diehard fan like some people are, but you know, with 2016. That was disappointing to me because it was acting like the previous 2 films didn't happen. And then Afterlife was the apology to that. Afterlife was like, no, those 2 previous films did happen, and this is an apology for acting like it didn't happen. And so now that they did the apology, I'm looking forward to seeing what inventive new crazy thing they do with the crew from Afterlife. I think they're getting most of the same cast back, and so it'd be interesting to see how Paul Rudd and the little girl and her brother and her mother, how like they all kind of play into the aftermath of the events of Afterlife. That sounded weird, but so yeah, I'm kind of looking for that. I don't have much to show or go on because it's just in war territory right now. There's nothing to show, not even a poster I could show. At number 7 is the only Marvel film that will be on this list, and probably for any future list, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I was not looking forward to this film, and then seeing the trailer, it's like, okay, it's being written by James Gunn. I know James Gunn can write. So it's not being touched by these hack writers that Disney's hiring who cannot write. So positive there. I know James Gunn can write. It also has the entire cast back. It looks like it's Guardians of the Galaxy. The story looks good. It's like, okay, I actually am looking forward to a Marvel film for the first time since Endgame. No, that's not correct. For the first time since Spider-Man No Way Home. Okay, I actually was looking forward to that. But then again, that was made by Sony. Yeah, it had the MCU motif with it, but Sony had control of that. So Sony was able to go, hey, who's that you're having right? Oh yeah, this hack from a late night talk show. It's like, no, we're going to have a professional movie screenwriter write this. It's like, okay, I mean, he'll be more expensive, but the movie won't suck. I'm pretty sure the conversation went like something like that, because Sony owns like 70% of Spider-Man. So they get final say on what happens with that character. But going back to Guardians of the Galaxy, the trailer actually looks good. It feels like Guardians of the Galaxy. I feel like there's going to be a really in-depth story here with the third film. And it's going to be probably my last MCU movie for a while, if not ever. And so, yeah, go out the bay, and I'm sure Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will probably be the last decent MCU movie. At number 6 is another one that might get delayed, but the potential is so intriguing. and that's Insidious: Fear the Dark. Now, the title might change. This rumor has been circulating for a while now that Insidious will get like one final movie, and the sort of working rumor is that it's going to be directed and written by Leigh Whannell. Leigh Whannell is kind of an up-and-coming star in like good movies because he helped write the original Saw movie, which is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, trust me, it's not as gory as you think it would be. All the sequels are just torture porn, but the first Saw movie is a great story. It was co-written by him, Leigh Whannell, and James Wan. Leigh Whannell was the guy who was actually in the room with Cary Elwes. He was Adam in the first Saw movie. But he wrote and directed Upgrade, which is an awesome sci-fi movie. I recommend you check that out. He wrote, but he absolutely directed the Invisible Man movie that came out in 2021. Great alternate take to the Invisible Man. Like, just everything Leigh Whannell kind of touches is gold, cinema gold. And so they're talking about he's going to write and direct this final Insidious movie. They're going to get the entire cast back of reoccurring characters, as well as Patrick Wilson and Rose. I can't remember her name. The original family from the first two Insidious films. They're going to get them back, and this is going to be like the final chapter to their story. And like the first two Insidious movies are fantastic. They are great, like, horror movies. If you want kind of like that Poltergeist type of possession type movie, but you want a really great story with it, check out Insidious Chapter 2. Really great duology right there. But like this new one they're talking about doing, it's going to continue on from like the cliffhanger type ending that they teased with Insidious 2, and like they never elaborated on that end. It's just like staring behind the little girl, and like she is just terrified. This seasoned veteran is just terrified of what she's seeing. And so like this is going to be the final chapter to that. And so like I'm like very looking forward to this. Unfortunately, I don't have much to show. I have like a couple of fan trailers to show. This one might get delayed to 2024. It may just get canceled altogether. I don't know if this is happening. It's rumored to be happening potentially this year. Now, at number 5, again, is another movie that may not happen this year. Let me see if there is a date for this one. And this one is more of a guilty pleasure. Okay, it is scheduled to come out September 22nd of this year, and that's The Expendables 4. Now, say what you will about The Expendables. A lot of people say, oh, those are so terrible. They're the worst movies I've ever seen. Okay, you might be right. But where else are you going to see an action movie with every great 80s and 90s action icon ever to grace the screen all together in one movie? I mean, it's just like, yes. I love the first one. I love the second one. And while the third one's not my favorite, there's some great characters and moments in the third one, like Wesley Snipes, and probably the best character in the third one is Antonio Banderas. I absolutely loved Antonio Banderas in the third one. He was like the best character in the third one. And like, okay, Sylvester Stallone is supposed to be back. So is Jason Statham, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture is going to be back. Iko Uwais, he's going to be the lead villain. If you know who he is, he was the main character in The Raid and The Raid 2. He also is the bad guy in Mile 22. So, like, that'll be interesting seeing him as the main villain to Sylvester Stallone. And Andy Garcia is playing the CIA agent, the obligatory CIA agent. So, it'll be interesting to see what other, like, heavy hitters are coming. Jean-Claude Van Damme expressed interest in returning to the franchise as an evil twin, which should be funny. Arnold Schwarzenegger said he was interested. We'll see. Oh, okay, so apparently Terry Crews, he refused to appear in any new entries because he claims he was assaulted by Stallone's agent. So, yeah, Terry Crews isn't coming back, which is unfortunate. I love Terry Crews as Caesar. Yeah, but I've always enjoyed that series. It's good, dumb, fun. I love The Expendables. I'm looking forward to this one. I hope Jet Li comes back. I like Jet Li. And so, it's cool that Tony Jaa's going to be in it. So, yeah, anyway, September 22nd, apparently, is when that's going to release. Okay, at the number 4 pick is a little bit more unconventional. The Meg 2, The Trench. Now, when the first Meg came out, I was thinking, like, I don't feel like watching another cheesy shark movie with Jason Statham. And I watched it, and it was awesome. I loved it. It was a delightful movie. It didn't feel stupid like Sharknado or any of those other half-assed shark movies. It felt fun and exciting. And like, after the Meg one came out, it was like, yeah, I'll buy that. I bought the movie. It was fun. And the sequel is coming out August 4th, 2023. It's going to have Jason Statham back. Cliff Curtis is back. But it's kind of odd that, like, no one else is back. Oh, okay, Paige Kennedy's back as DJ. That's it. None of the other cast members are coming back. Oh, wait, maybe she's back. Maylene is back. Okay, good. Yeah, they're already filming. Yeah, they've been filming this year. So, it's already been filmed, apparently. And so, I mean, look. It's kind of cool seeing a Jason Statham movie, but it's also kind of fun when he tries getting outside of his comfort zone, which is just beating up guys. And, like, the first Meg movie, he beats up no one. He's just, Australian deep sea diver. And, like, it's kind of refreshing. It's like, hey, it's nice not seeing him beat the shit out of anyone. And hopefully they don't do that. This just, him versus Mega Shark. And the effects were good in the first one. I'm hoping that this one sticks to landing like the first one. So, just, if you haven't seen the first The Meg, you should check it out. It's a lot of fun. Now, at my number 3 pick is one that probably would have been my number 1 pick if it wasn't for the next 2 movies, and that's John Wick Chapter 4. Now, the John Wick series is like top level, best action you can find. The stories are, for the most part, pretty good, and the action scenes are just so inventive. It's like they went to the director or to the stunt coordinators. It's like, hey, how would you guys like to do any crazy stunt idea you can think of? It's like, really? It's like, yeah, just go nuts. Like, I mean, just the stunt works are just insanely inventive on the past 3 films. The trailer to this one looks like they're going to just kick it up a notch. And I mean, come on. You got Keanu Reeves and Donnie Yen going head to head. I mean, come on. That is going to be legendary. You got Scott Adkins. He's going to be in this. I'm sure he's going to fight Keanu Reeves. Scott Adkins, Donnie Yen, Keanu Reeves. Those fights are going to be legendary. Clancy Brown's going to be in this. Bill Skarsgård is going to be in this. I mean, just, yeah, this is going to be a fun movie. I'm looking forward to it. Apparently, they filmed it back to back with John Wick Chapter 5, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, they were originally going to film 5 and 4 back to back, but they decided just to focus on 4 first. And then, of course, Keanu Reeves stated that he'll continue to make sequels as long as the films are successful. So, we could see a John Wick 27, theoretically, which would be freaking hilarious. The American James Bond series. So, I'm looking forward to John Wick Chapter 4. I'm super excited about it. It was delayed from last year. It was supposed to come out last year sometime, and it got delayed for some reason. I don't know why. Now, at my number 2 pick, it's kind of fitting that I have this at number 2, Dune Part 2. Now, the interesting thing about Dune is I've spoken to a lot of people who've seen this movie. And some people, it's like, they didn't get it. Like, I don't get why people like this. And then I find out they've never seen any of the Dune movies that came before. So one of the reasons why I like the Dune Part 1 is because I saw the original 1980s Dune, and I did not like the story. The effects were crazy and inventive for the time, and it was like, okay, it looks good, but I didn't get the story. And then I saw the 2000 miniseries that the Sci-Fi Network made, and the story was great, but the effects were so cheap and crappy. I mean, it was 2000 Sci-Fi Channel. What were you expecting? And so Dune Part 2, I kind of feel, had the incredible effects of like the 1980s, or at least the amount of effort they put into the 1980s effects and the amount of effort they put into the story with the May series. My one big gripe is the abrupt ending with Part 1, but overall, Dune Part 1 was one of the most visually stunning CGI films I've ever seen. Like, the CGI they used in that film, there were parts you could not tell was CGI. And, like, some of the explosions, how they handled it, it's like, that wasn't real? It's like, yeah, no, that wasn't real. Like, the CGI was masterclass in Dune Part 1. Now, I am a little concerned. I don't know if they're going to be able to fit the rest of the story in Part 2. I mean, this thing is going to have to be 3 hours, 4 possibly. I don't know if they're going to do a third one. Yeah, Villeneuve expressed interest in making a third film based on the second book, Dune Messiah, adding the possibility but it depends on the success of Dune Part 2. So, you know, it's kind of a wait and see. Yeah, Christopher Walken's playing the Emperor. That's great. But the cast is great. Dave Bautista is back. Stellan Skarsgård, who did a great job. Josh Brolin's back. Rebecca Ferguson. Timothy Chalamet. I think I pronounced his name right. Zendaya. Florence Pugh is going to be new to this. Austin Butler is going to be in this one. Léa Seydoux is going to be in this one as well. But no, I enjoyed the first one. I want to see the conclusion. I'm looking forward to it, and that's about it. There's no trailer to really show or whatnot. It's coming out November 3rd, 2023. So we got a year, basically, before this comes out. And then number one, you'll probably criticize me for this. I'm a sucker for the series Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I am just excited about this. Mission Impossible is one of the series where I loved the first one. Second one was okay. Third one was like, yeah. Third one had really good moments. It had some weird moments to it that I didn't like. But then the fourth one came out, Ghost Protocol, and holy fucking shit, Mission Impossible 4 was just like perfect action movie. Absolutely. I had no criticisms for it. And then the next one came out, and Rogue Nation, and it's just like, again, perfect action movie. And then Fallout came out. It's like, damn it. Perfect action movie. Like, just, again, perfect action movie after perfect action movie after perfect action movie. And, like, the guy who wrote the last one, Christopher McQuarrie, if you haven't seen any of his works, I highly recommend you check out his filmography. I mean, he made one of the coolest, like, indie, modern-day Western crime movies of all time, Way of the Gun. If you haven't seen that movie, great movie. Absolutely great movie. Yeah, he helped write The Usual Suspects. He helped write Valkyrie. He helped write The Tourist. He directed Jack Reacher, which is a great action movie. He helped write Jack the Giant Slayer, Edge of Tomorrow. He directed Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. He helped write on The Mummy 2017, which I had fun with that. A lot of people thought that was a terrible movie, so okay, I'll give you that one. One bad movie so far. He wrote and directed Mission Impossible Fallout. He helped write Top Gun Maverick, which was a fun movie, and he is writing and directing the two-parter for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. So, like, yeah. And he had uncredited writing work on Ghost Protocol, X-Men from 2000, Rogue One, American Made, I mean, like, this guy, he has truly great movies under his belt. So anytime Christopher McQuarrie is working on something, I pay attention because it's like, okay, that's probably going to be really good work. And Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, they released a kick-ass trailer a year before it came out. They released in June of 2022. And, like, this one's coming out in July 14th of 2023. And then the Part 2 is coming out in June of 2024. So this one, unfortunately, is going to end on a cliffhanger, and everyone's going to go like, no! I don't want to wait a year! I can't do Endgame again! But this is going to be, I feel like this is going to be a truly fun movie. The cast is awesome. A lot of the same old people are coming back again. I'm glad they're getting Vanessa Kirby back. She played the daughter of Max from the first one. She played a great Max because she was doing the daughter of her. She did a great job in Fallout, and I'm glad she's back. Nothing but good things I'm thinking about this movie. And it has a budget of $290 million. That's how much it cost them to make this thing. So, oh man, they have to just break even. They're going to have to make $600 million, which will be easy since the last two Mission Impossible movies, I think, hit close to $1 billion. Yeah, and now, obviously, COVID-19 blew up the budget to $290 million. But, I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully, it's a fun send-off, and I can't wait. So, anyway, that's been my 11 most anticipated movies of 2023. What's your guys' list? What are you guys looking forward to? Let me know in the comments down below. My name's Christopher Khan with 11 Hour Reviews, and that will be all.